Okay, I'm going to initially talk about pattern. I'm going to do a little different than I did it, but the patterns that we've been kind of dealing with for the most part have been like this over here. A cubed minus b cubed was a minus b, and then we got the a squared plus ab plus b squared. And then I kind of skipped over the 4. Not always, by the way. I'm not saying always, but in this set, this is the first time we're seeing something. And I went to 5, right? And what would that be? That would be a minus b. And I think it kind of, you should recall it anyway, 'cause at least if you've been working the problems. If you haven't, though, you wouldn't recall this. This would be a4 plus a3b. And someone says, why are you doing this? I'm kind of seeing something like that over here, but we'll get to that later. And then you get plus, whoops, sorry about that. I don't want to mold down, but you've seen this before. Plus a squared, b squared. You get the idea. Now, I'm going to write this one down. This is a4 minus b4. You would get a minus b. Well, the pattern's really the same. And let's write that down for you. What's going to be? Well, it's going to be a cubed plus a squared b plus ab squared plus b cubed. So what I want to do, I want to write down a6 minus b6. Now I'm going to put the pattern down for you. So a6 minus b6. I'll write the pattern down for you. The pattern, a minus b, you're going to get a5 plus a4b plus a cubed b squared plus, I'm kind of running out of room, a squared b cubed plus ab4 plus b5. Now someone says it's remarkable. I'm seeing that over here. Right? I'm seeing that over here. Right? What are you seeing? A5. You're seeing A4B, A cubed B squared, yada, yada, yada. All right? So someone says, is that going to help me at all? Maybe not. All right? But the bottom line, you do have something there. And then the question is it going to help you do the problem? But there's a definite pattern to this. All right? For example, if I looked at this thing over here, and I said to this over here, I'd say, A6, that this thing over here has something to do with A6 minus B6, all right? So what I'm going to do is I'm going to a little differently than they did it, all right? So I'm kind of seeing that, but you know what I want. And let me write this over here for you. And I want to get the thing factored. So I'm going to kind of erase all this business over here. I don't need this anymore. And I'm doing this problem a little differently. There's no doubt about it. Right? And what I'm going to do is I'm going to factor A6 minus B6. I want to factor that. So A6, let me write that down for you. I want to factor it. And what would that be? That would be A cubed minus B cubed, A cubed plus B cubed. All right, there's a point to this. I want to keep factoring that. And what would you get? Let me write that down for you. A, again, I'm still factoring, minus B, and then you're going to get A squared plus AB plus B squared. That's this guy factored. Let's factor the other guy. That's A plus B. And then it's going to be A squared minus AB plus B squared. All right? And that's what this is over here. And what's that equal to this thing over here? All right, let me write that down then. So A minus B times A5 plus A4B plus A cubed B squared plus A squared b cubed. Boy, am I going to fit that in? ab4 plus b5. Again, I want to emphasize this is what we want. We want this. If I got the a minus b next to it, what I'm going to do? Divide it away. All right? So I'm going to divide both sides by a minus b. Provided a and b are not equal, this is fine. So what do I get? I get the factorization. Now, by the way, what I'm saying, the factorization of this thing over here, let me go back to black ink, and we'll check the key later. I'm saying it's a squared plus ab plus b squared times a plus b times a squared minus ab plus b squared. All right, let's look at the key and see if we got it. All right, do they have a plus b? Yes. Do they have a squared plus ab plus b squared? Yes. Do they have a squared minus ab plus b squared? Yes. All right, so I'm going to say we got there through different means, by the way. So someone says, you know, how did you do this one over here? Well, kind of looking at it, all right? Just kind of looking at it, doing it. And again, you may look at this or look at the other one and say, they both don't make sense to me, all right? But let me kind of talk about it, all right? I'm gonna start to erase my work over here. But we got the correct answer, though. All right, so I'm going to erase this work over here. We're done with that. All right, let's talk through my work, though. All right? As you're doing this, some of this work that's written down is you kind of look at it and you try to make sense out of it. That's all you're trying to do, by the way. All right? So making sense out of this thing is just, could you multiply it out? And by that, what I mean is, I hope you realize if you multiply this out, what do you get? A5... You're just doing a verification now, plus a cubed b squared. So I'm doing multiplying it out. And then you're going to get ab4. What comes next? Let's put it down. a4b. Then you're going to get what? Plus a squared b cubed. Then you're going to get what? b5. Well, look at it. Are you getting what they have up here? a5. Do you have a4b? Yes. Do you have a cubed b squared? Yes. Do you have a squared b cubed? Yes. Do you have ab4? Yes. Do you have b? Well, I'm sorry, this is b5. I made a mistake there. Because b times b4 is not b4, it's b5. Sorry about that. You get b5. So it kind of works out, and a nice little pattern to it. And again, if you see these patterns, that's great to see a pattern. But this is a nice pattern to know. And I'll outline that for you. Not a bad pattern to know. Really not. All right? And then next thing they did was, you know, kind of, they got the a plus b. Then they kind of split things up. Again, if this makes sense to you, that's fine. They start seeing difference of perfect squares. That's fine. They write this down. And finally, they get this over here. The path you take is the path you take. All right? Now, granted, you might say to yourself, that's really difficult. I'm going to try to memorize that. Nothing's worth memorization at this level. It's really reasoning skills to get somewhere. Your reasoning may be different than somebody else's, though, but all paths should lead to the same end. All right? Thank you.